And yes, it certainly is as one of the biggest creditors to SR Steel. It does come in as a relief. Full authority given to the Committee of Creditors, responsibility to distribute the funds in a responsible manner. State Bank of India holding on to gains, extending gains 4% higher, and that's really the case with all of the PSU banks, and significant more traction seen in the mid-cap PSU banks. So a corporation bank is in double-digit gains. A Union Bank as well, the last time I checked, was gaining very smartly. But on that note, let's kickstart Market Fatafat by bringing on board from our research desk Pranay Jain, and we also are joined on the technicals by Swati Hotkar of Nirmal Bang. So hi guys, morning. And Swati, I would like to start off with you first. The big event has taken place, and that is the big Supreme Court judgment. So Swati, before I take forward the list of stocks, I just want to get in your opinion on the Nifty Bank. There has been a nice uptick that we have seen over there. So anything that you're observing on the technicals, on the sort of build up you are seeing, especially post this verdict?
Yes, overall the view is being positive on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty axis definitely, but upside we are facing a very strong resistance of at around 31,000 odd levels. So unless and until it doesn't clear that level, the soft rally we cannot be seen, whereas on a downside 29,000 will act as a very strong support level. So it is on just trading on a sidelines as such, but definitely the banks are really doing very well, such as the SBIs also have done today very well. So view is positive, stock specific market is there. I will suggest rather than concentrating on the Nifty or the Bank Nifty as such, definitely one can go for stock specific trading ideas with the strict stop losses.
Okay, that's Nifty Bank for you, 0.8% higher, and I already flagged off some of those individual stocks for State Bank as well. And the added trigger is the cards IPO. That's something that was long awaited. That too has finally come through. Okay, let's move away from banking and talk about some other stocks in news. One of them is Cipla. Look at the way the share price is falling. Actually, it's recovered quite a bit. It was losing almost 3% in the earlier part of the day, but a smart recovery. This after the company announced that the US FDA had completed a routine CGMP inspection for both formulations and API facilities, at the Patal Ganga facility between the 4th to the 13th of November, and there are 4 observations. However, Cipla has said that none are repeats, none are related to data integrity. They will be responding to all of these observations, submit its response within the stipulated time, but nevertheless, fear has gripped the Lal Street for Cipla, 448 rupees for the stock. Okay, moving on, Swati, Sun TV continues to dominate our list in Fatafat because of the massive volatility that we are seeing here. Anything that you're observing and would like to recommend?
See, as of now, Cipla is, Sun TV is also doing very well as of now. It just 12 plays above its 50 days moving average, which indicates a good sign. But upside is facing a very strong resistance of 520. I will suggest those who are having any long positions, they can definitely hold on with a stop loss of a 485 rupees, which is the cluster supports levels on the Sun TV. So one can hold for a long positions with a stop loss of a 485. I am looking for a target of a 520, probably in coming 1 week as such.
Okay, that's Swati's recommendation on Sun TV. Pranay, let's talk about Glenmark. You're seeing a massive movement in that stock as well. What exactly is the trigger for this one?
Well, the results, and they were well above street expectations on all counts. The revenue grew very well across segments, not just in India but also US and other geographies. Operational performance was also above street expectations. So was bottom line. In the balance sheet also, you have seen improvement in their inventory days and receivable days. Though one thing that has increased is the debt figure as part of the reclassification of some other financial liabilities. So that has increased. Therefore, given that how much the stock was battered down and this positive surprise coming in results, the stock nicely at 300 has partly given up some of those profits.
Okay, 5% higher for Glenmark today in trade. Page Industries, this one too came out with its second quarter numbers and a top line growth of 12.2%. Revenue coming in at 775 crore rupees. And you have the margins, which have, however, contracted a tad bit from 20.7% to 19.2%. Profit after tax is higher by 24%, in the second quarter. So not bad. And the stock price just in the last couple of minutes has gained significant traction. And Swati, Bajaj Finserv, lots of action seen and activity seen in today's trading session. Your recommendation?
Yes, Pubina, this particular counter, Bajaj Finserv, is really doing very well on the technical setups also. The daily chart indicates that the stock has given a flag pattern breakouts and which it has been rallying from the last 3-4 trading sessions, and it's as of now it's currently trading at an all-time high. I believe this rally is likely to be continued towards at least minimum of 9200 to 9270 levels. At the current level, I will not suggest any fresh positions because the risk-reward ratio is not in our favor. So those who are having any long positions, they can definitely hold on with the stop loss of 9060 will be the cluster, as it is showing as a cluster supports level. So 9060 will be kept as a stop loss. I am looking for a target of 9200 to 9270 levels in coming 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, 9117 for a Bajaj Finserv today in trade. Let's talk about another result reaction, and this one is in the form of Steel Authority of India or SAIL. Today, the steel sector is in a bit of a weak spot, mostly, in the red. SAIL second quarter numbers, unsurprisingly as well, have not done too much because it's a dip of 15% on the top line at 14,127 crores. Margins as well have unsurprisingly compressed from 14.1 to 8.2%. You have a loss on the bottom line despite the fact that there were tax credits that, sort of did provide some cushion to the bottom line. So the tax credits are to the tune of 180 crore rupees. Now, remember that in the metals pack, the ferrous space is something that has taken it more on the chin as opposed to the base metal space. SAIL is no exception to the story. JSW, Tata Steel, JSPL. JSPL maybe still a bit more resilient, but SAIL is well added to the mix. All of them a bit weak. And speaking of metals, Pranay, Vedanta, what's the buzz over here?
Well, the company, given the weak demand environment, has actually revised its capex guidance downwards, and that will be about 8 to 8,500 crore from the earlier 10,000 crores. It was, partly expected after their con call, where they indicated that they are expecting decent growth going ahead, but near-term things are looking a little tight, and therefore this capex guidance coming in from the company.
Okay, that's Vedanta for you. Weak capex guidance after, I suppose, adjusting to the entire changing demand supply dynamics in the country as well as to a certain extent abroad. Swati, Siemens Limited, anything that you're observing based on the recent chart patterns?
Yes, Pubina, Siemens is really not doing very well on the technical setups. As of now, it is currently trading below its all the important moving averages. So my view is currently is cautious on this particular counter. As of now, it is under the selling pressure only. I believe one should take a short positions at the current level with a stop loss of a 1620. I believe in a 1 to 2 days, we might see 1500, 1520 levels on the downside.
Okay, that's then the recommendation on a Siemens in trade, 1.4% gone for that stock. Let's talk about another one that's moving in trade, and that's Union Bank of India. Now, of course, this entire Supreme Court judgment is something that will be moving the needle for Union Bank significantly. I suppose it's sort of overshadowed the results which were delivered yesterday. But yeah, if we have to take a look at the results, again, it's not painting a very pretty picture. There has been an uptick on the NII front, but again, asset quality has played havoc on the bottom line because there's been a very inflated loss figure of 1,189 crore rupees versus a profit after tax of 139 crore rupees in the corresponding quarter. The gross NPAs have as well increased from 15.18% in the previous quarter to 15.24%. So that's Union Bank for you, just about steady with gains of 2.3%. Remember, Union Bank as well is one of the creditors, to SR Steel. Okay, Swati, let's talk about Bata India. It had delivered its second quarter numbers. Suppose that, what sort of a move are you observing here?
Yes, my view on the Bata is really bullish. It's just trading in the high tops, high bottom formation. Also the fact that it is trading in the upward rising channels. Every day we have seen that every week we have seen that on every fall we have seen that the stock has just touched its 200-day moving average, and we see the bounce back rally, and which might take a stocks towards a new high as such. So overall view is positive on the Bata. I believe that 17, 19, 18, 20 levels can be tested in coming 1 to 2 weeks. So those who are having in the long positions, they can definitely hold on for a target of 1820 with a trailing stop loss of a 1680 on a downside.
That's a recommendation on Bata, 1% higher. But of course, the big losers for today are the telecom stocks, as has been the case for the last couple of weeks. However, again, Airtel, okay, very sharp recovery seen over there. It's now 6.8% higher. Pranay, how were the second quarter numbers? And was that really the key trigger for this recovery?
Well, actually, it opened gap down because of the highest ever quarterly loss that the company's reported, which largely came on the back of the one-time, charge due to this AGR dues of about 28,000 crore that it has recognized for this quarter. But as soon as it opened gap down, it started shooting up because when it talks about the result, operationally it was a pretty strong set. And even though Q2 is a seasonally weak quarter, in India it still saw its revenues grow on a sequential basis. It even added subscribers compared to the loss which was seen in Vodafone, and therefore you've seen very strong short covering on the counter, which took it to its highest levels this year of about 300. So it's just come off from those intraday highs, but still one of the top gainers from the F&O space, and quite a surprise from the telecom package.
That it certainly is a great move seen in all of them. Quick look at the RWI small case, see what that one's up to as the Nifty and Sensex show a decent uptick today in trade as RWI small case participating. Let's just take a look at that one too. By the way, Sensex is now gaining 200 points, lagging behind a bit, but still in the green, just about 0.25% higher. But with that, we're out of time. So Swati and Pranay, thank you for joining us. We'll wrap it up. Coming up next is Markets at Noon.